Welcome to the final day of the movement series. In this movement series, we're going to be talking about the mountain climber. So the mountain climber is a great whole body exercise. Generally, it's used specifically for the abs, but it is a whole body movement. A lot of core is being involved here, but we have different progressions, regressions that we can do if this happens to be a challenging or an exercise that's just too easy. So with the standard mountain climber, we are starting in a plank position, a high plank position on our hands and our toes. The goal here is to bring our knee to our chest. That again is just the standard version. We have different versions that we can do, but the standard version, knee to chest. A lot of times, especially when I was teaching in person classes, people would run horizontally. It'd be kind of this, which can be a great way to get the heart rate up. But when we're really trying to do the exercise correctly, we want to drive the knee to the chest. And sometimes this can't be done fast, and that's okay. So keeping the core engaged, knee to chest, and then you're going to alternate. Now, once that becomes, it doesn't feel super awkward, you can go a little quicker. You can run the movement. Okay. Now, from there, we can go different directions with our knees. Standard is just up towards the chest. We can go with a wide mountain climber, hit a little bit more of the obliques. So rather than going towards your chest, you'd go more towards the elbow. Okay? Again, this may be fast, it may be a little slower. And then working a little bit more kind of cross body would be knee to the opposite elbow. Cross body mountain climber. Okay? So those are the three variations on the floor and how to make them a little different, maybe not necessarily harder. To make the movement more challenging, you could use something like sliders for your feet, so that you have to drag your toe and drag your knee forward. To make it easier, what you would do is go slower, like I started out doing, or you can be at a bit of an incline. So whether you have a box, a chair, a couch, if this is hard on the wrists, you can again be elevated so that you're on your elbows. But now that I'm going to be out of the screen, at a little bit less of an incline, you can still run. It's just not as challenging when you're more horizontal. Something else that you can do to make it a little more challenging would be using something like a Bosu, where you have to stabilize as well. I've also seen this done on a yoga ball or a stability ball, which is even more stability than something like a Bosu. If still having the movement raised up at an incline is too challenging, you can do this movement standing. It would be more of a march, and still we're looking for that crunch as we drive the knee up, keeping the core engaged, getting that crunch in the abs, to make sure, again, this is a abdominal movement as well as a whole body movement.